Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more stories like this. It was 10:03 a.m. when my phone rang. That sharp, urgent kind of ring that slices through sleep like glass-cutting silence. I squinted at the screen. Emily Redart, my wife. For a second, warm flicker inside me. Maybe she was checking in after her late shift at the hospital. But as soon as I answered, something in her tone felt wrong. Too even. Too careful. "Hey," she said softly. "Sorry for waking you. We got called into an emergency surgery. I'll be home late, maybe around 4. Half awake, I mumbled, "It's okay, Em. Be safe." Then, faintly, I heard it. A laugh. Low, masculine, carefree. So close to the phone, it couldn't have come from down a hallway. I froze mid-breath. She must have sensed it. "What?" she asked quickly. "Did you say something?" I wanted to believe it was nothing. A nurse, a co-worker, some background chatter. So I forced a sleepy laugh. "Nah, thought I heard something. That's all." She told me she loved me before hanging up, but the words fell hollow. I lay there, staring at the ceiling fan as its shadow spun across the room, my chest tightening around a feeling I didn't want to name. That laugh kept replaying in my head, every tone, every pause, every breath before she spoke again. By morning, I convinced myself I was imagining things. Marriage needed trust, not paranoia. So I made coffee, got dressed, and buried the thought under routine. But it didn't stop. The small inconsistencies, the tiny cracks, her phone full of patient calls, her schedule shifting without warning. And then one evening, while folding her laundry, I found it, a hotel key card in her coat pocket, white plastic, Sunrest Suites, 30 minutes from her hospital. My hands trembled. I told myself there could be a reason, something innocent, but my gut whispered otherwise. That late-night call echoed again in my mind, her lie, and that single laugh that now sounded like the truth I didn't want to face. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every noise in the house grew louder. The ticking clock, the wind at the window, my heartbeat hammering in my chest. By morning, I'd made a decision. I wouldn't accuse her outright. I just needed to know, not to catch her, but to quiet my mind. I told her I'd be working late that evening. A small lie to balance hers. She smiled, kissed my cheek. "Don't stay up too late," she said, the same lips that had lied so easily. I watched her car disappear down the street. A dull ache settled in my chest. At 8:47 p.m., I parked across from Sunrest Suites. The lot was mostly empty, the lights flickering over scattered cars. My palms were damp, my stomach tight. 10 minutes passed, then 20, and then I saw her car. She stepped out, wearing that same beige coat from the night of the emergency surgery. My throat tightened as a tall man climbed out from the passenger side, laughing, that same deep, careless laugh I'd heard through the phone. They walked in together, side by side, too close to mistake for coincidence. For a second, I wanted to confront them, to shout, to demand answers. But something in me broke quietly instead. It wasn't anger. It was grief, the kind that seeps into your bones, numbing everything it touches. I drove home somehow. I don't even remember how. The silence of the living room felt cruel. Her wedding photo smiled from the shelf, her eyes full of promises already broken. I poured a drink, sat in the dark, and stared into nothing. At 2:15 a.m., the door opened. She came in softly, pretending surprise. "You're still up?" Her hair was tousled, her perfume stronger than usual. "Yeah," I said quietly. "Rough night. How was the surgery?" For a split second, panic flickered behind her calm expression. Then she smiled faintly. "Exhausting. Complications. You know how it goes." Her voice was steady, too steady, like someone reciting lines they'd rehearsed. I nodded slowly, eyes never leaving hers. "Hospitals can be unpredictable," I said softly. Then after a beat, "But you weren't at the hospital tonight, were you?" Her head jerked up, color drained from her face. "What?" "I saw you," I said, my voice steady, almost cold. "Sunrest Suites. Beige coat. Same one you're wearing right now. She froze. Lips parted. No words came out. The truth showed in her eyes before she even spoke. Finally, she whispered, "You followed me?" "I had to," I said quietly, "because your lies reached me before you did." The silence that followed was unbearable. Tears welled in her eyes. "It wasn't supposed to happen," she murmured. "He was just someone to talk to. Things got out of hand. I was lonely, Michael. You've been distant. Don't," I cut in sharply, "don't make this about me. I gave you everything, my time, my trust, my love. And when you got bored, you replaced me with someone who laughed behind my back." Her tears fell freely then, but they didn't move me anymore, because there comes a moment when pain turns into clarity, when your heart stops breaking and just hardens instead. I stood, walked past her, and said quietly, "I'm done." She reached for me. "Please don't do this. We can fix it." I turned back once. "You already did," I said. "You fixed my blindness." That night, I left with nothing but my car keys and my self-respect. The road stretched ahead, dark, but strangely peaceful. For the first time in months, I felt free. Her voice echoed behind me, crying, pleading, but I didn't turn back. Weeks later, I heard she tried to reach out. I never answered, because sometimes the most powerful closure isn't confrontation, it's silence. And every now and then, when the night is quiet, I still hear that laugh, the one that destroyed everything. And I smile, because it reminded me who I was before I forgot myself trying to love her.